Thank you for tuning in to the Urban Network podcast. I'm Hewitt Pagenstecher, founder of Amygdala Media, and today we are joined by my friend, Lucas Gubala, the owner of Birdhouse Books. Actually, the co-owner with his girlfriend, Sarah Summerhill.
Yeah.
And it's based in downtown Vancouver, Washington. Lucas, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I had a picnic with my dad. It's actually the day after Father's Day. I don't mean to date this immediately, but I had a good day. It was really nice. Sarah and I went out and had some sandwiches in the park.
Yeah, hey, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Belated Father's Day. I had a good Father's Day as well. I went to Tillamook or like Rockaway area. We grew up, had a beach house down there, and so we just
nice.
kind of which has been sold, but we spent time there and we went swimming and
It's been sold.
Yeah, we had a picnic as well yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought we were so original.
Yeah.
Damn. I was like, Dad, none of the other sons are doing this.
Yeah.
You're special.
Speaking of original, this is an original Urban Network podcast because This is the first one that we're filming. If you don't know, we also released this on YouTube, but it's the first one we're filming in the business's location. So right now we are inside Birdhouse Books. Lucas, this place looks amazing.
Thank you.
You and Sarah did a great job. From what I could tell, I haven't read all the books yet.
Yeah. People come in, they're like, have you read them all? And I'm like, not even probably 5% of them. No, not even close.
Yeah,
But
that would be impressive if it was 5%.
it's true. There's a lot. There's probably 2,500 books in here, just about 2,000 books, maybe less.
Well, one thing that kind of gravitated me towards, or one reason why I wanted you on the podcast, besides you just, being a friend of mine, is by how freaking charming this business idea is. It's a new used bookstore, which opened June 4th.
Yeah.
In Vancouver, Washington. And you don't just sell books here, right? Don't you? You sell...
Yeah, we do other little stuff. We've got mugs and we do some plant cuttings, but we're partnered. And one thing that makes this experience really cool for Sarah and I is we got to partner with a art gallery. So the Phoenix Rising Art Gallery is sort of a fixture of the downtown arts district in Vancouver, and they've been here for about a year. And during the shutdown, there weren't as many people walking around buying paintings, and so the business kind of went into hibernation. And coming back, they were looking for somebody to partner with, and we were like, well, what about a bookstore? That sounds like a cool idea. And we kind of hit the ground running, and so far you're not going to be able to see it in the shots, but there's art kind of lining the walls. The storefront is covered in art, and it's all local artists from the greater Portland area.
It adds a really beautiful aesthetic to the store, honestly. Yeah. I was kind of perusing or looking over your art pieces as I came in, and just that along with the plants and books. It's just really nice. And I am curious, out of all the businesses you could have started, it's 2021. Most things are kind of transferring to a virtual landscape, but you and Sarah are like, no, we want to start a used bookstore. So I ask you, Lucas, why used books?
I'm trying to be the next Jeff Bezos. That's what it is. He started with a bookstore. Going to be the next super genius. I'm going to shave my head just like you.
Nice.
It's going to be slick. No, yeah, you're right. It's 2021. Technology is not moving towards paper medium. They say print is dead, and it's dead, but it's still on the shelves. We both love books. She was an English major in college. I was a computer science major, and I used to be real techno-futurist. We're gonna integrate with technology. I was transhumanist, I guess was the term, where we'll put microchips in our brains, and that's what Musk is doing now. But by the end of my degree, having started out like that, I got real pessimistic about technology. I'm like, we're in a bad way. We're going down the wrong path. So I was like, let's retreat to that and focus on the way that knowledge was communicated and transferred over long periods of time before we had, smartphones. Before you could tweet out everything, how did you write down thoughts you thought were actually important? So for me, it was a lot about freedom of time, and I wanted to be able to read and learn from the knowledge, the collective wisdom of the greatest writers in history. And starting a bookstore is a great way to get to know the classics even better than I did. And Sarah studied English literature in college, so she already had a greater appreciation. So between the two of us, it felt like the right fit.
Yeah, and owning a bookstore, you'll definitely never have a shortage of books around you. So there'll all be something more to read.
Yeah, even if this crashes and burns, I still own all of these books. Every single one, still mine.
Nice.
Ours, I should say. We'll split
them. What does Birdhouse Books have a meaning? Like, what? First of all, I love your logo. I follow you on social media. You guys are really hitting the gun running with your branding. Bravo. I am curious if there's a meaning behind Birdhouse Books.
Yeah. When we kind of decided bookstore, and we were like, well, we were always kind of on the aviary theming kick. She raised birds for 4-H when she was younger, and it just felt right. Before this, we were actually doing an endeavor. We wanted to put together a literary pamphlet, like a poetry pamphlet, because I write poetry and other things like that. So between the two of us, so the idea for that was we were going to release that under the name Paper Eagle Press. That alliteration, it's still there, it's catchy. But so we were always kind of thinking bird theme. So we generated a couple other names. What were some other ones? Redbird Books, Candlelight Booksellers. Are there any other really good ones? I'm breaking the fourth wall. There's somebody behind. Do you remember, Sarah? Any of the other book names? Nothing But Time Books. Yeah, we're above the Rosemary Cafe, so we thought Nothing But Time Books would be good. I'm really glad we didn't go with that in hindsight. That would have been a poor novelty name that I don't think would have gotten as much traction.
But, it's more wordy. I think you made the right call with Birdhouse Books.
Yeah, we sent the lists of potential names to both of our moms, and they both said Birdhouse Books. So we're like, that's the one. I got to go with it.
Short and sweet. So you have a beautiful bookstore, plethora of books, great name, great logo, but also a spectacular location.
Yeah.
It's in downtown Vancouver on Main Street. Also right above the Rosemary Cafe.
Yes, the aforementioned Rosemary Cafe.
Yeah. How did you land on this location, and why did you choose this?
Well, this is a much shorter answer. I found it on Craigslist. I was in grad school at the time, and I wasn't happy. So I was laying in bed with my neck like this, like browsing Craigslist.
He's showing his double chin below his beard, potentially.
It is. Oh yeah, under the beard. I was like craned. You know how it is when you're like, and you drop your phone, it hits your face. It was like 11:45 at night, and I saw this place go up, and we had actually about a year ago seen this space because it used to be all art galleries up in here. These other two businesses. So we're upstairs above the Rosemary Cafe, and the other two businesses are general beauty. So there's a hair and a massage parlor right now, but they used to be an artist collective. And so we had come up here and we had looked around at the art because we like art galleries. And we had seen the space, we'd seen the office. And I very vividly remember going, oh, that's the coolest office in downtown Vancouver. Like if we're going to do anything, that's where we're going to do it. And I was at this point where I was like, I want to drop out, but I need a push. I need something. I need to be able to visualize what I'll do after. And then it came up on Craigslist and I was like, that's the space. And it had been posted like 10 minutes ago. And so I was like, I want to come look at this. She got back to us in the next morning and she liked the idea. And we kind of, well, at first Sarah was like, can we live there? Because these windows are gorgeous. This would be an amazing place to live, but it's commercially zoned, so we wouldn't be able to. But then we came in, she was like, do you want to keep talking about the place anyway? And I was like, yeah, I do. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. And we landed on Bookstore.
Nice. So this store becoming available is one of the things that pushed you to open Birdhouse Books and drop out to go full time with this.
Yeah. So we found the space probably about 3 months ago, and I dropped out of school the week we met with her about the space. I was just like, Zoom sucks. I don't want to do Zoom classes anymore. I want to do something else, because I had gone, most of my college was in person, which I enjoyed, enough. But then I was going to grad school, and it was like all online, and there was no camaraderie between the students at all and the professors. It was just like a professor talking to like 13 people with their Zoom cameras turned off. Like it was not a enjoyable thing for me. So I was like looking for a reason, and the universe provided one.
And you were studying computer science?
I was.
See, now I do think that you weren't joking about the Jeff Bezos trajectory.
It's true. Yes, I will soon. We do have an online store, but we are not quite selling Amazon numbers yet.
Yeah, I didn't know. Great website. What's your website?
Birdhousebooks.store.
Birdhousebooks.store. And I was on there, and you do have books for sale on there already.
Yeah, everything on the shelves in here is available for sale online, and we ship at a flat rate per book, anywhere really in the continental U.S., I should say.
Nice. All right, so that's great. You provide multiple options for people, whether they're further away or whether they want the experience of coming in.
Yeah, and if people want to order online and do curbside pickup, we do that too, if they don't want to come upstairs or can't come upstairs.
Nice. All right, so my next question is, where do the books come from?
Where do the books come from?
Yeah, where do the books come from?
I write them all. The books come from a variety of places. We spent a lot of time at Goodwill and Goodwill outlets looking for, gems amongst the rubble. And we do get a great deal of donations, which is amazing. We've had a large outpouring of support from the community, friends, family, even people who are coming in and saying, do you guys take donations? And people bring us amazing books because they just want them to find a new home. And we've been really grateful that people see us as an opportunity to do that.
So if someone's listening to this or watching it on YouTube, and they had a stack of books that, they don't think they're going to get around to reading or have already read, what would be the best way for them to donate those books to you?
Well, I would say contact us through birdhousebooks.store/contact us. Go to the website, click the contact us tab, send us an email. And if you want, anywhere in the greater Portland area, we'll come pick them up if you got a sizable donation. Or please come in anytime from Tuesday to Sunday, 10 to 6 p.m., and we'll be happy to take the books off your hands and get them to new people who will enjoy them.
Nice. So you have art here. You have books here. It's above the Rosemary Cafe, so people could grab a scone as they come in. But I also saw on the website that you have like an events calendar. What's that about? What type of events do you envision having here? And then maybe what events are coming up?
Yeah, well, we've been talking with a couple local authors about doing author signings and Q&As. So having people come in and talk about their story, what they wrote about. One author that we're working right now wrote a autobiographical book, and she has a very moving story from what I understand. So I think that will be a good thing to have people come in, because it's a very intimate space. So hopefully you're able to really connect with the author. Sarah and I actually met at a poetry slam in college. So we hope to do, poetry nights where there will be readings of poetry and from classics or, whatever people have written themselves. We're working with some local poets actually to make that happen. And this all comes, in the coming months. We think book clubs will be interested. Several book clubs have talked about meeting here, getting their books through us. So it's really exciting. Long term, I think events could range from all sorts of stuff. Maybe comedy even.
Yeah.
Do a little stand-up comedy in here.
It would be a nice little intimate location for some stand-up.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Just a place for people to express themselves artistically, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And let's see. So you officially opened June 4th. But I believe you have a grand opening coming up on July 2nd. I saw that on your events calendar.
It's the marketing right there. It's the soft opening and the grand opening.
Nice. Yeah.
You get two waves. Double the openings.
So let's try to kind of increase the wave of the second opening or the grand opening. What can you tell us about the grand opening? When is it? Where is it? What else is going on?
Well, the grand opening is going to be on July 2nd, and we have a secret code word that gets you 10% off that we'll tell you at the door if you really want to know. For fans of the Urban Network podcast, code word Bluebird. Come in, get 10% off. We're going to serve wine after 4 p.m. So it's going to be a really good time. My grandmother will cater it with snacks.
Aww.
Yeah. And there will actually be a partnership, not only with the Phoenix Rising Art Gallery, but Madhouse Tea is actually going to be coming in and doing tea, coffee, boba tea, bubble tea. There'll be a stand here where you can get some boba, which will be fun. So we've got some stuff lined up for the grand opening.
And what day of the week is that? June 2nd?
It's a Friday.
July 2nd?
July 2nd.
Yep.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, and that'll be from noon to 9. So we'll be here. We'll be here most of the day. Actually, probably 10 to 9. We made those when we were opening at noon. I had the dream of having a job where I could start working at noon. And then I realized, I want it to be successful. We should open up earlier.
Yeah. See, you're going to learn a lot of lessons. You know, one thing that is also inspiring about, you know, you and Sarah opening Birdhouse Books is you guys are both young business owners, right? Mm-hmm. Like, do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 72. No, I'm 23.
23.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think I started my first business around 23, maybe 24.
It's an exciting time.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah. No, I'm proud of you guys. You know,
thanks.
You have so much, you know, so much to learn as you will, and so like a lot of room to grow. But you guys are established, or you guys have a great starting point. Yeah. From the looks of it.
Yeah, the community has been really nice in reaching out to us and welcoming, and it's been great, and we hope to put down roots in Vancouver.
Nice. So where do you see Birdhouse Books, you know, being in like maybe 5 years or a couple years, or how would it differ from where it is now and to like where you could almost imagine it currently at its, you know, peak?
Yeah. So in 5 years or so, it's difficult to say, but if I'm optimistic, I hope that we outgrow this space. I hope that we need a larger space where we can have more books and hopefully more art if the Phoenix Rising Art Gallery would still want to work with us. You know, leaving behind this space is going to be hard no matter when it happens. But in 5 years, we'd like to be on, hopefully somewhere in downtown still, hopefully still on Main Street. That'd be nice. But at the ground level, so that we have more accessibility for elderly people who might not be able to get up the stairs. We'd like to still be working with art. In terms of other projects and stuff, I want to be making, you know, those neighborhood libraries where people set up and they like take a book, leave a book. They're like posts.
Oh, yeah,
on the ground. I would love to make those like birdhouses and have those like in neighborhoods around Vancouver and Portland where we stock them with books and they have our logo and our name, like a little birdhouse library.
That sounds just wonderful. You know, I wish you and Sarah all the best. I am like certain that, you know, you two and Birdhouse Books will be very successful.
Thanks, Hewitt.
Just like the effort and passion that I've seen you both put into this business so far. So, you know, we're going to wrap up this podcast and I really appreciate you coming on, but
thank you for having me.
I do want to ask you, how could people support Birdhouse Books? You know, where you know, plug the website one more time. Where can they find you, or maybe how can they donate?
Yeah, well, come to the grand opening, July 2nd. Come meet us. That's what we'd like the most. But if you want to support, you can check out everything we do at birdhousebooks.store. Follow us on Instagram at Birdhouse Bookstore. That's right, Birdhouse Bookstore. I got it right. Facebook, you know, we've got all the social media. Instagram, we're pretty active, so. But come say hello.
Yeah. I'm going to put your social media, address, website, everything in the description below. So if you're watching this, just look at the description for that information as well.
I forgot you're a professional. I can get all the names wrong and he'll get them right.
Yeah, I got you. Lucas, thank you so much again for coming on the podcast. It was great talking with you and learning more about Birdhouse Books.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And everyone who's listening and watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening and have a wonderful day.
Yeah.